Will play for us later on.
I'd love to.
Thanks very much. Now, from Middle England to Middle Earth, our next guest, also very talented, Martin Freeman, is a huge star in cinemas and living rooms. If you're not sure about his Dr. Watson, you can try Bilbo Baggins. If not Bilbo, there is Tim in The Office. It was that comedy which launched him, but he's been offered superb roles since then, and we're about to be hit with a double dose of Freeman. There's a new series of Sherlock coming alongside the latest Hobbit film, The Desolation of Smaug, which is directed by Peter Jackson and sees Bilbo becoming surprisingly brave.
He hasn't become, you know, a swaggering hero, but it's literally, well, like most real heroism is involuntary. You know, he doesn't want to be a hero, he doesn't want to go into horrendously dangerous situations, but if he doesn't, him and his friends are going to die.
Found something in the Goblin tunnels.
Found what? What did you find?
My carriage.
Good. Well, that's good. You need it.
It's amazing watching it as a viewer. I mean, I was born in the mid-60s. I'm not used to special effects on that scale, and I'm staggered by what they can do now. It's truly incredible.
There's almost, I think, there's a feeling that there's almost nothing that isn't achievable if you have the money to do it and you have a good enough team to do it. So before, I mean, 20 years ago, which is not long ago, if you could imagine something, that was great, but you couldn't realise it necessarily, not in the seamless kind of way that they can now.
Do not think I won't kill you, dwarf.
The lines are getting more and more blurred, I guess, as far as what is real and what is, you know, digitally.
Well, I was going to ask you about that as an actor, because I read a piece where someone went on set with you and they said it's all done in a car park, and then the stuntmen come on and they're all wearing green and they have to carry these masks, and every minute someone comes on and sprays your hair, and I'm thinking that you must think, wait, I want to do some acting here.
You do, and you know, there are days when you do less than other days, but there are enough days on this anyway that you do get to feel like you go home and go, no, I did some work today. I did some work. There's a lot of days when you'd go, I did a lot of waiting around today as well.
But shout sorry when I get to about here.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then you're kind of up into here, and it can be a look up there for a moment.
Wow, okay. Pete likes to give you as much information that this is what is going to be around you. So if you want a green box, he wants to give you some context for it, just so you can imagine. You know, like that old thing, imagination is your chief weapon as an actor in these kind of films. Because there isn't really a huge dragon, you have to imagine it. You don't know what it'll look like, what it'll sound like, the length of it and all that, and your physical environment as well. Because if your physical environment is a car park, it helps if Pete or someone else says, by the way, it's going to look like this, and shows you an image of it.
And it's good to mention the dragon. The dragon is an extraordinary movie creation. It's that 20 minutes of the film is worth seeing the whole film for.
Yeah.
You feel that the Smaug Hobbit is darker as a movie than all the others?
My job is always to make sure the stakes are where they're supposed to be, and if someone is facing death, those stakes have to be really, really high. And inevitably that will involve some, if not darkness, then layering, definitely. You know, I couldn't just play that Bilbo that you met in Bag End for 3 films, this kind of ingenue sort of meerkat, you know, that I was playing. He has to bring something else to the party.
He's growing up in a way.
He is. He's, you know, innocence to experience.
I wondered if you were entertained by the spat between your colleague Ian McKellen and Damien Lewis, where...
I didn't know.
Well, well, you'll enjoy this then, because Damien Lewis said he doesn't want to become a fruity-voiced, older, theatrical knight playing a wizard, and obviously Ian took this slightly personally.
Yeah, as you would.
Responded in kind.
Oh, did he? Right. You know, to be honest, I think if that was his main armoury, if that was Ian's thing of that he was an old actor laddie and just like that, yeah, that's a criticism that you could level at somebody, but you couldn't at Ian. You know, you act in scenes with him and there is so much humanity, so much vulnerability and sort of alive, twinkly talent in that man that he's not one of, whatever that animal is, he's not one of those animals at all.
Do you talk to him about this CGI issue and, gosh, they're putting so much stuff on, will they one day replace us?
Yeah, that was very, very strongly in our minds, yeah, and Peter Jackson never fully denied it. When we brought it up, you know, we'd bring it up half jokingly, and I think he quite enjoyed the fact that we were scared for our livelihoods in that way. But they can do so much. They can do so much. Of course, it's only a matter of time before they, you know, they rub us out, I guess. But hopefully we've got a few decades left.
Well, there'll be more Sherlock for sure, because
yes.
they certainly need you for that.
You're a doctor. In fact, you're an army doctor.
Yes.
Any good?
Very good.
Seen a lot of injuries then. Violent deaths.
Yes.
Bit of trouble too, I bet.
Of course, yes. Enough for a lifetime, far too much.
Want to see some more?
Oh, God, yes.
Sorry, Mrs. Hudson, I'll skip the tea. Off out.
Are you enjoying the Cumberbatch Freeman thing? Because seeing Benedict's, at least his voice anyway,
yeah.
in The Hobbit, made you think, gosh, you're an item almost in terms of your careers.
Well, there is some, yeah, there seems to be a little bit of mirroring, I guess, which is
so good.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable in these contexts because, well, certainly in Sherlock, we love working together, you know. It works. Whatever that is, really, really works. I mean, The Hobbit is obviously a coincidence. I don't think we're going to be making a habit of it, just doing things that each other's doing. But yeah, it's been a funny old time for the pair of us, really. Yeah.
It's been an incredible
yeah,
rise.
absolutely, yeah.
And people here might not, in this country, might not realise just how big Sherlock is internationally as well. It's
yes,
massive.
it's huge. I mean, if I wasn't doing The Hobbit at the moment, I'd definitely be saying Sherlock is the most successful thing I've ever done. You know, but to have both of those things out at the same time is incredible. Really, it's I believe it's called The Good Times.
Martin Freeman.